Kalvo on a vision. Yabui on the frame. Two minds, one mission. Elevating the game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. From the lens to the cut, yeah, we callin' the play. Direct in the flow like we moving ballet. Kalvo bring the story, every scene got soul. Yabui painting light, every shot got gold. Behind the glass or behind the mic, we break it all down, every wrong, every right. This the spot where the real ones speak, where film meets truth every day of the week. We the shot, callers no cap, just facts. From the first frame roll to the final act. If you living for the art, then you already know. Tune in with the squad, let the creativity flow. From the lens to the cut, yeah, we callin' the play. Direct in the flow like we moving ballet. Kalvo bring the story, every scene got soul. Yabui painting light, every shot got gold. Behind the glass or behind the mic, we break it all down, every wrong, every right. This the spot where the real ones speak, where film meets truth every day of the week. We the shot, callers no cap, just facts. From the first frame roll to the final act. If you living for the art, then you already know. Tune in with the squad, let the creativity flow. Two minds, one mission, elevating the plane. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yo, check this out, fellas. Why don't you just get everybody around the microphone and bring back some of that old 60s stuff. Yo.
Kalvo on a vision. Yabui on the frame. Two minds, one mission. Elevating the game. From the lens to the cut, yeah, we callin' the play. Direct in the flow like we moving ballet. Kalvo bring the story, every scene got soul. Yabui painting light, every shot got gold. Behind the glass or behind
Thank you for joining us. We are back. Another week, another episode here at the Shot Callers podcast. I am your boy, Calvo, with my guy.
What's up? This is Yabui in the house with Kalvo.
We are glad to be back. It is another episode. We are blessed to be here. Uh, man, you know, I'm just happy to be alive. How about yourself?
Well, I know, man. I mean, all those people passing away. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner.
I know,
And I grew
man.
up on the Cosby Show, bro.
That is
Different
so
World, Cosby
sad.
Show, all of those.
Right, and then when he got into his adult years, I don't know if you ever watched Malcolm and Eddie. Man, he played on. I know he was a doctor in several shows too. So man, just so
No,
sad. And then outside of that, you had Ozzy Osbourne to pass and Hulk Hogan to
no.
pass as well. So yeah, we just out here. We happy to be alive. We blessed. Every day above the ground is a blessing. So we thank you all because that means you are blessed too if you're tuning in. So we're happy to we're happy to have you tune in with us tonight. We are here again at with the Shot Callers podcast. Yeah, your boy. As we start, we just kind of recap. How's everything been going with you? How's your week been going?
Just catching up on my work and everything. And same old, same old. Just catching up on all this editing and everything. I mean, summer's a little bit slower, but it's a lot more weddings and videography type things. So, yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
Just catching up, bro.
I feel like I haven't done much video work this summer. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I've been doing a lot of photography still, but as far as like filming and stuff, I have not done much filming this summer. But I'm also not a little bit upset about it because it's been hot. Man, it has been hot outside. Like I be seeing some people, still been doing stuff. And shout out to everybody that's out here making things. We have some great people that I just follow on social media, not only in the Gulf Coast but in surrounding areas who have been out here killing it. So always kudos to you all for doing that and creating stuff because that's what we like to see here at the Shot Callers podcast. But yeah, for me, it's been kind of hot. However, I have been not working outside, but I've been doing a lot of work, getting ready, gearing up. If you've been tuning in with us, you've probably heard me, or if you follow me on social media, you've probably seen me share a little bit about it. But I am getting ready for a big first here. Uh, I'm I'm something that I've been nervous about, but I'm very excited about it. I'm getting ready to go into pre-production here soon. Well, I'm gathering a team and hope to start gathering a cast and crew for my first feature length film. You all,
Shout out to you, bro.
it's been a long time in the making. It's been a lot of stop and go, but this time we are aiming. We got to go. We got a spotlight, so we are just going forward. I am excited for it, and yeah, I will share some things with you all too. This past week, I've been kind of like really diving into the logistics about it. Really trying to finalize a good, tentative preliminary film schedule for it. And I'm a airdrop some stuff real quick that we can share. Just showing you the process of what it looks like for me to make this film schedule. So with me scheduling this film, getting ready because I wanted to have like tentative days, and you always want to do that when going into production for anything. Before you start reaching out, because the main thing people are gonna ask when you start asking like, "Hey, I want you to come onto this project," is how many days it's gonna take, how long, like what days are you thinking of shooting, and then usually followed by is it paid or unpaid. You get into all of that stuff too. But before anything, you got to know like how many before you can get into the money aspect of it. You got to know how many days you're gonna be working on it and how long it's gonna take. So that's what I've been working on this past week. Ibu, I'm finna airdrop you something. So typically when I make and this is not what the topic is about tonight, y'all, but I just thought it was kind of cool to share while we're talking about it. Typically when I do or when the AD does filmmaking.
I got the airdrop from you.
All right, yeah. Typically, when the AD does filmmaking or film builds out like a film shoot, it's so different, many topics that you can do it and go about it. Typically, I use this website called Studio Binder. However, if y'all are on Threads, if you're not on Threads, the social media app, I definitely recommend going on there. It is a social media forum similar to Twitter, but it really like connects you with people who are of the same interest with your algorithm and stuff. So on there, I went on Threads this past week and I posed a question. I was like,
Threads associated with Instagram.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Are you on there?
I'm on there, but I don't really post on there. I think whatever I automatically post on Instagram
Goes
goes
to
on
Thread.
Threads, but I don't really.
Hey, you gotta check Threads out. Like Threads, I'm not a spokesperson, but I need to be for them. But like Threads really just like it connects you with people on such a like better than any other social media platform that I'm on, especially if people have same interests with me, and not only like regular people, but celebrities be on there too, and they interact with you as well, and I think that's pretty cool. But this past week, I went to Threads and I just asked a question. I was like, anybody have any tips for building out a film shoot schedule, right? And so some of the answers that I were given was one guy, and this is for anyone who's interested in like going into production, but tonight's topic, you all, we're gonna talk about like where to start because I do want y'all, if you're tuning in now, to hang on. Let me get past this little rant. But we're gonna talk about where to start. When we start new ventures, whether you want to start shooting creative content, videos, movies, or whatever. Like the main question is, how do I start and where to start? So me and Yabu are gonna kind of break down our journey and give some tips on that. But anyway, back to building the film schedule, right? They gave some tips. They say it's free movie magic scheduling clips for anyone who's interested in like learning how to build schedules on YouTube. Someone else was saying things to consider is like breaking down based off of location, uh, cast groups, and then everything after that. So if you go to what I sent you, your boo, and just airdrop. Let's see.
You want me to pull up the pictures, the video?
You pull up the video. It's just me talking.
Okay.
So go to the one of me talking first. Yeah, I shoot content, but I never post it. Shame on me. All right.
Let's go to this.
All right. So now I am done. I have all of the scripts cut out. And this is my movie, y'all. So when thinking about trying to make my film shoot schedule, right, I'm using Studio Binder and I'm using strip boards to make it, right? So I had a storyboard, put all the scenes in order, right? And I printed them out. Well, I put them in like a little template. And so it shows like the shoot schedule and everything, script boards, right? So back in the day, I'm using that old method to try to like do my scheduling, right? So I printed it all out and I'm writing each little tab is like a scene. It shows like scene 6 is in James' office, like a description. And the numbers are like the people that's included in the scene, right? And this is just a key just showing me what numbers are who, right? But basically what I'm doing is I'm cutting all the scripts out and I'll be able to organize it per day based off of location, who's in the scenes, and build out the film shoot schedule from there, or at least get like a wider visual sense of what is going on. So then I can go back and recalculate it into the script board broken up by day by day. Y'all stay tuned for more.
I love that, bro.
All right, so then you go to the next one.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video. I'm trying to get better at doing this, so y'all just follow me, right? So today I'm working on, before I get ready to like start reaching out to cast and crew and launch my Kickstarter campaign, I like back in the day, I say back in the day, but like last year, I did like a quick. You go to the other one. Go to the first one. Yeah, that one's just me introducing, which is what I just did now. All right, so now I am done. I have all of the scripts cut out. And this is my movie, y'all. This is Sweet Dreams. And so now what I'm going to do is, and as you can see, it's all different color coordinated, right? So the white shows like daytime, yellow is mornings, the blue is evenings, the browns are like, I mean, the blue is nighttime, the browns are like evening, so it's all color coordinated, right? And I'm gonna zoom in and do a little close up on it, right? So you can kind of see. So the way it's broken down is like I said, it has the scene number right here, what's going on in the scene setting, Jasper's car, right? But then it also shows like interior, morning, like the time of day and where it's at. The numbers, like I mentioned before, are coordinated with uh, actors. And then if you want to know when I'm planning the day out, how will I know like how long each scene is? So at the end of each script, it shows the eighth of a page, right? So the eighth, like when you're making a film script, it's broken down by like eighth of the pages, and you kind of like know that an eighth is equal to a certain amount of time, and so that's how we're able to tell how long, just given wise, uh, a scene might take based off of the page length. And so yeah, now I'm going to start organizing, and I will be back soon.
Hey, man.
All right, so then you can just pull up one of those random pictures.
Okay.
All right, so this picture, what I did was I took all the scripts and I kind of like organized them by location and stuff. And so this gives me like it's like putting a puzzle together, really. You kind of like put the pieces together and see what dates and locations all kind of match up. So these orders aren't real. The little strips aren't in order. They're just kind of in order based off of location and actors and stuff. And then from there, I kind of did like a more in depth breakdown, but that is how I was able to. You come back to me now. Come back and build out my film schedule for this production. As of right now, we are looking at 11 days, and so I'm excited about that. Uh, yeah, so that's exciting. But um,
Bro, you like the pre-production king, bro.
I
No, I
don't.
love it. That man, that's just when you get on set, you know exactly what you're doing. I mean, for the most part, I know you're gonna pivot a little bit, but I love it. I love it, man.
Hey, you know what I always say about filmmaking? It's such a train wreck. You get on for the ride and you just don't know where it's gonna take you. So I always try to like, especially like going into it, like with me, going into starting something and starting to reach out to people. Like I want to make sure, as like, I mean, and everybody's method is different, right? But like for me personally, I like to make sure that like logistically, I have all my stuff in order to the best ability. So when I'm pitching my idea or telling people about it and really trying to, at this point I'm trying to do and accomplish two things. Bring people on and then raise money. So in order for both of those to happen, like I gotta make sure like all dots are dotted, all I's are dotted, all T's are crossed, And I recommend that for everybody because the more prepared you look, the better it looks. People are more inclined to like donate or interested to come in, especially if the story is good. So that's where I'm at now. So like I said, it's definitely a first. I've done a lot of short films, as you all know, and other content, but it's like a new first, which has like me thinking and reflecting on approaching this as a first time feature film director as opposed to like how I first started like making short films and stuff. And yeah, how was it when you first started? Like, where did that journey begin for you, Yabui?
You know, as I've said
Like when you
before,
when you first
this
started.
when I first started just shooting.
Take me off camera real quick.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, for when I first started shooting, of course, it was music videos, so we didn't have the pre-production of Calvo Griffin, but
I didn't.
they would have some type of idea that they wanted, and then we just go, and then we forgot the location, and we just start shooting. So, um, always prep by listening to the music, and then try to just get the vibe of the music, and try to set that tone for the video, and then we go ahead and just shoot. So, I mean, I'm always thinking ahead while I'm on set, like how I'm going to edit it. So that's how I'm gonna light the subject, or that's how I'm gonna take these different angles, or if I'm gonna use put on sticks versus gimbal versus handheld. So and then, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm just like a run and gun type, so there's not too many projects where there's pre-production, unless I mean lately while I've been doing like movies and podcasts and doing documentaries, there's definitely a lot more pre-production involved because man, those some of those things are like 30 minutes long, an hour long, so you really want to know what you're shooting. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. I think that's we've talked about it here before, like how we just kind of started. Um, but it's I smiled when you were talking, because Yabui always gives me credit for going the extra mile with pre-production, right? But when I first started out, that was not my thing. I like me and my people who I started with. Shout out to John, Darshell, Erica. Uh, we did not do no pre-production, no planning, no nothing. We wrote a script or we had an idea. We had a camera and we was just shooting stuff like off the dome. We
Mm-hmm.
just out here trying to do it. And so like a lot of people, man, my eyes watering, allergies or something. But a lot of people, hit me still to this day and they be like, I want to shoot content. Like I want to be like I recently had a meeting a little while back with someone who was interested in shooting like content, like she want to be a content creator. And that's something that's come up because content creating is the world we live in. As well as like people hit me up also, that was just this weekend, about like a movie I did. People just want to like people have ideas, and I think that's the thing. Like a lot of people have ideas for something that they want to do, but the main question is where do I start? So like let's dive into that. Like if you were to give someone advice for like where to start, if they had if someone out there that has like an idea for shooting content or shooting a film or something, like what advice or what guidance could we share in tonight's podcast to like give some inspiration?
I prefer just shooting content, not like a movie, not like a podcast, just shooting content about yourself. It's just to get started. Pick up the camera and get started. Start like today. And then don't worry about the content being perfect because you can always create content because no one's going to see. I mean, people will see that first video, but you can probably resource it and just uh, I mean, reuse that footage for later. But I would just say just start. That's everybody wants to try and get it perfect. I mean, I stand with the movie because there's budgets involved and you have to get people organized. Or if you're just doing content for yourself, just start immediately. There's so many tools like AI, like Chat GPT and like Opus Clip to help you create reels, captions to help you put captions on your reels. So yeah, there's no excuse not to start actual content just for yourself.
I agree. And so I preach just do it on here, right? And I'm just really been trying to be someone who listens to that
And I just watched. I'm sorry, I just watched some YouTube clips on the movie Air
with about Jordan.
by Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
and then that slogan "Just Do It"
Hmm.
that they got it from.
Where they get it from?
It comes from I think I guess some guys. You know how with the death penalty back in the day where they would shoot them. Well, the person,
I'm
the
like,
person
oh
that was
wow,
standing in line, the person that was getting shot,
yeah,
he just said, "Just do it." So that's where that came from.
really.
So,
Man, that's so more.
just letting you know,
Just do it, people.
just do it. Just kill me.
What are you waiting for?
So yeah, I just watched that on
That,
YouTube last night.
that's hilarious. But no, just do it. So I want to share a YouTube find that I had too, right? So I went down on YouTube. We're coming back to topic here. I went down on YouTube yesterday, right? And cause with me still just trying to do this first feature. I don't know why I be so nervous about this first feature length film. I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous because it's just like a new venture. You know how it is.
I know, bro. You've been doing this.
But
This is all you,
it's a
bro.
new blueprint. It's a new chapter. I'm sure someone out here can relate to me. Like you could do something so long and be great at it, but then when you do something of the same thing on a different magnitude, it's just like doing it all over again for the first time. But with me, diving into like this horror genre or whatnot, right? I I'm not a cinephile, and so I'm trying to like broaden my palette of film and just filmmakers and stuff. So I was looking into like Alfred Hitchcock, right? You know who did Psycho,
Yep.
and so I didn't know that Psycho was an independent film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he had did like major studio productions. All his other films are major studio productions, but Psycho, when he did that one, no one thought it was a great idea, so he like fronted the money himself. And I
Oh,
didn't know
wow.
that. That's kind of cool. And sometimes, which leads me to this: not only just do it, but bet on yourself, because like that ended up being his number one film. In his out of all the films he did. He did Vertigo the Birds. If you know, you know. But like Psycho, the one about the woman getting stabbed in the shower, like that's his like profound work that like most people know, right? And no one believed in him, but he had to like take that chance on himself and like just do it. And so yeah, when it comes to like content creator, I or just shooting videos in general, I always just tell people just do it. Like I'm perfect example. I just referring to the meeting I recently just had this past weekend. Um, Someone came to me. They had a great idea about some content, and I was like, use your phone. Just do it. Like you can shoot so much good stuff with your phone. I'm almost to the fact of like thinking about even with me doing this feature length film. If things don't work out the way I initially planned for them to, like I think I might make it experimental and actually shoot it with my iPhone. I always wanted to shoot a film with my iPhone. And so I feel like phones today all shoot in 4K and that's like the standard resolution for like movies and stuff. So like yeah, just do it like your buoy said,
And
nothing's
on your iPhone, they have that Black Magic app, so you can actually shoot everything in manual. You don't have to do the automatic settings on the iPhone.
that's true.
So you can go there, and then you can hook up your wireless like Rode or DJI mics to it. You can set the white balance, keep
Yeah,
it focus. Yeah, so
and you can mess with like the depth of field too on the new iPhones too.
yeah, there's so many different tools now and apps that you can shoot everything with your iPhone if you wanted to. I mean, Apple shoots all the commercials with the iPhone, so
That's true.
I mean, but they have like a 20, $30,000 rig
Rig,
hooked up
right?
to it, but still they're using at the heart of it, it's an iPhone. So
And I'm just like, yeah, like just you. And then I, it's people on Instagram who are like content creators, and they just shoot great stuff. Which just made me think about something, right? So when we first started shooting, right? I wanted to shoot stuff, and so we used just like a regular camera, and I use my phone sometimes. And but looking at us on screen, I wanted colored lights, right? I ain't have no color lights. I ain't have no nan lights, nothing like that. Still don't. But to this day, I use color lights, and it's something that I repeated. And so what I ended up doing was I went to Walmart and bought colored lights and just like placed them strategically to kind of like give a feel like it is
yeah.
now. And it worked perfectly. So I'm just saying, like, I always preach, use your resources. Start. YouTube University, people. If you want to learn something, before you ask questions, go to YouTube. Ask use YouTube for your questions because more than likely, if I don't know the answer for you, I'm gonna YouTube it and tell you the answer.
Exactly. That's where I learned everything from YouTube, and then just shooting every day. I used to just before,
Practice.
yeah, I keep practicing and practicing any kind of idea that people think of or yourself thinks of. Just shoot it because that's the only way you're gonna learn. Everybody wants to wait till they have a budget or things get in the right place, but just like life, you just got to go out and just shoot it, just create. Because
It's like filming. I'm gonna say filming as a broad term. Whether it's you shooting the video, music video, content, whatever. Right? It's an art form. So even like for us, talking in front of a camera to you, like that is an art form. Like you have to. It's a craft. I say art form, but more of a craft, right? You have to like the more you do it, cause I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm talking in front of a camera now and on this podcast. But like, if you knew me 2 years ago, I did not like talking in front of people, in front of cameras, in front of nothing. But like, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it, and the better you get at it.
exactly, I hate talking in front of the camera, but I'm forcing myself. I need to level up and share my knowledge. I'm forcing myself to get on here and be on this podcast because I don't like being in front of the camera, bro. I don't. Sometimes I just don't know what to say. I know what I'm thinking. And if people ask me questions, I can go in depth in conversation with that. But
Hmm.
just coming on here, I mean, it's tough. But every day I'm just pushing through. Now we're on episode 17 or 18
Yeah.
of this podcast, bro. So shout out to us for just pushing through, even though we have things in life coming up, car accident, a death in family, all that type of stuff. But we still show up, still creating
Yeah,
and
that's what I
push
said.
through.
Well, what we always preach, Yabui, consistency. Not only just doing it, but being consistent with it. And the more you do it, like drawing, you might start drawing out stick figures, but the more you draw, you end up with a Picasso or whatever you want to call it. And so that's where it is. But I think like even outside of starting on the technical end with just like a camera, write your ideas down. Like take it back to elementary school and brainstorm, whatever it is. Like make sure that last week we talked about vision, or the week before we talked about vision, knowing your vision, right? So before going into it, like knowing your plan, whether it's a script or like an idea, uh, even with shooting a music video, you got to have a song, right? So, I mean,
Exactly.
like make sure that whatever it is that you have like something that you know that you're going into it. Some people could get on camera or get on the song and freestyle. If that's your gift and your talent, more power to you. You could rock with that. But a lot of people outside of that, I think it's always good to know what you're doing. Like, so if it's a script, like write down the script, and then people come because I just have to talk to it from a filmmaker's aspect, right? So people always come to me and they're like, I have a script in mind, um, but I don't know how to write a script. So starting out, I didn't either. I knew nothing about writing a script. I just opened up a Word document and I just wrote a story, really, like, and that's how I tell people when you have a script in mind, most people know the story that they want to tell, right? And so when you think about the story or you just tell the story, you're like, all right, like, it's this boy, he went to the grocery store. When he got to the grocery store, he got robbed, right?
Okay.
And so like terrible. I don't know why he got robbed. Maybe he didn't get robbed. Maybe he was going to get some milk and they didn't have no milk, and so he had to end up buying. He bought some buttermilk instead of milk, right? But whatever, he had this interaction. Whatever, blah 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 blah. The story doesn't matter. But when you're telling the story in your head, right? Whatever story you're trying to tell, usually you have like an inner dialogue of the characters that you put with it, right?
Right. Yes.
And so
I'm
like
listening.
you
I'm,
just
I'm, I'm just
uh,
listening to you, bro.
and so
Sorry.
you just like write out that inner dialogue and the story just kind of tells itself. So I'm trying to give that was a terrible off the dome example, right?
No, but people can use their own life. Anything that happens in your life, any kind of stories, anything you read, you can turn that into a film or story or content. You know, so
Yeah. All right. So perfect example. The first film I ever made is called A Story Calvin Once Told.
okay,
That's the name of it. Because it is based off a story I once told. And this is exactly how I kind of learned my first introduction, the first script I ever saw film wise. Uh, and it was based off a story I told about me going to the gym late one night and I had this weird encounter, right? But the story, when I told it, I told the story to a friend of mine, and yeah, I went to the gym late one night after work to Planet Fitness, and while I was there, I had this guy come up to me, right, and he was like, "Hey, I got, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you." Right. So basically, like,
what?
you know, and the story plays out, but like when you tell a story, and especially, when we tell stories, uh, we tell like what people say. Like even with me and you talking,
Yeah,
like we whether it be clients or whatever we've encountered, we exaggerate it and break it down. So basically, you just take all of that into the same way you would tell it and just put it in the script. So like as you're talking about the characters in the story and what they might say, like that dialogue comes out, and that's where you get the dialogue from the script.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, when I retire from photography, I'm gonna just start dropping content on uh,
Retire.
from
I'll hit you with that soldier
client
boy.
interactions,
Retire.
huh?
That's so.
Or if we get them big budget projects, I have to take a little break.
No, I'm for it. But you don't gotta wait to then. You could do it now.
I'm gonna start birding, bro.
Low key, I saw a book about birding the other day, and I low key want to try it too.
Cause I
I'd
want
be
to.
fascinated with them in my yard.
Oh yeah, if you, I saw the latest video from Potato Jet and him and his wife.
Who's
Just
that?
it's just a content creator on YouTube, and they just started birding together, and that's what him and his wife do all the time now. And they have apps out there that actually, if you put the app into the air, it'll hear the bird sound and then it'll identify the bird. It'll show it on your phone. You can take a picture of it and then you just load it into the app. It's like almost like doing Pokemon. You know how you had to go around back in the day and catch a Pokemon with your phone or whatever.
Hmm.
Same thing with birding. So
So there's a surprisingly a birding community here along the Gulf Coast. I was working on. I forgot what it was I was working on, but I was tasked to document. It was like a documentary for something. I think with one of the parks. But we were interviewing like different people who do like birding as like an environmental type thing. And I was surprised to hear it. That was my first like real introduction to like how in depth people go with birding and stuff like that. And so yeah, I think that's cool. But back to the topic, I feel like I'm gonna be honest, transparent moment. I feel like as people starting out, right, when we have an idea that we want to start out with and we go into it, the excitement is there, but I feel like a lot of times we, instead of looking at the things we can accomplish, sometimes we look at the things that we can't accomplish. And if you focus on the things that you can accomplish, you'll never accomplish the things that you need to accomplish to actually accomplish what you're trying to accomplish.
exactly, exactly, bro. People just gotta get out there and shoot, bro. Stop
Ju-
waiting.
I challenge you, yes, you, this coming week to do whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, as long as it's something good. Uh, and report back and let us know, uh, cause we all out here You too, Yabui. I think we always pose challenges to each other, but we gotta just really do it. Uh,
Yeah, bro, we've been slacking. We're
we
supposed to do music videos for each other.
we knew we were supposed to
We're
do a
supposed
one
to.
page shorts film script. Yeah,
And I'm down. But I,
we got someone in the comments. Edward McGrath said, "Befriending crows. That is a thing people do." Interesting. I haven't seen many crows lately.
think you just gotta wait for the migration season. When I
Maybe.
was little, when I was 5 years old, walking home from kindergarten, there used to be this crow that used to just stand on top of the telephone pole. Then when I would walk, it would just swoop down and like hit my head and go back up. That was,
That's that's scary.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I I don't see many crows. I see vultures. Uh,
There's a lot of dead animals.
um, I will say like when it comes to birding, I see a lot of red cardinals. Uh, and I forgot what it is, but it's like if you're into birding, it's like a brown bird, but it got like a yellow chest. All right, Edward said they're around. Seriously, there's ton of info out there on how to do it. So they say that crows are one of, I think it's crows, and Edward, you might know since you're in the chat. They say that crows are, I think, one of the smartest birds out there. That they're very like highly intelligent.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Tyson Gray. What's his first name? The astronomer. He was saying that crows, if they're trying to get something out of a bottle, they'll actually that has water in it, and they're trying to get to something that's in the bottle, they'll get rocks and put in the water to raise the level of the water so they can reach that object that's in that bottle. That takes a lot of
Yeah.
intelligence.
Edward said they're good talkers. That's pretty cool to know. Edward, do you do a lot of birding? I'm just interested now since you're in the comments. They also hold grudges. That's my type of bird.
Oh, Edward does do a lot of dope photography.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Edward.
you check out his Facebook, bro. He got a lot of dope work out there. He be killing it, especially with the beach weddings. He be killing it, bro. I think I met him a long time ago at a Big Low concert. He was shooting, I guess, photos on the red carpet or something, and
Oh
that's where I
wow.
first met him. And then he did book me for a video via a wedding videography, like out in Walton County or something. But
Hmm.
yeah, he's dope.
Shout out to Edward.
Shout out to you, bro.
He says I love doing macro. Lens, yeah.
Yes. Oh, for anybody. Oh, I think I did this on the TikTok before. Let me. Here it is.
He said y'all met at Skybox.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm bad with that type of stuff, but I remember our Big Low interaction. But and talk about macro just real quick because sorry,
No,
if you have this
TikTok.
little device right here, you turn any lens into a macro lens. Any lens that you have, then you can get them close. And I think this is like $30-$40. So you don't have to buy those expensive macro lenses. So if you get this here, you put this right on your camera, and then you throw your lens on top of it, you can get macro. So this shot's almost macro, but okay.
That's cool to know. And what is it called and where can we find it?
I don't know, bro. It's a tube. It's by Makey, Meike. Yeah, and it's no autofocus. You got to do manual focus. Of course, it's macro, but yeah, just makes macro so much easier. So if you're trying to get those little if you're doing weddings and you're trying to get those macro shots of like the wedding rings,
Yeah.
you just slap this bad boy on there, and any of your lenses, probably more preferably like a 50 millimeter or something. You can get everything will be macro.
I
You
might
get
need
super tight.
I might need to dive into that. Edward said, does that one allow for electronic autofocus?
No, it does not. So it's just manual. So it's for macro. So yeah, not with that one.
But they probably do have some for electronic autofocus, right?
They probably do, but probably more expensive. But that one's like $30, bro. And then any of your lenses will be. But that's the main thing, with regards to this topic. If you get something, get a piece of gear, go out and shoot it. You can shoot macro photography with that, or you can shoot macro videography, whatever you want to do with that. But just need to go out and get it. Just you see any inspiration, just go ahead and do it. There's so many tools. There's AI, so you can write your scripts like you were talking about.
No.
If you need help with your story, it'll help you write the story. I mean, it's creative for you, but you want to be creative and create your own stuff.
So Edward in the chat says his favorite macro lens is full manual. So that worked
Oh
out.
yeah. I used to have a nice macro lens, but Willow has it. It was a 90 mm macro lens, 2.8.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't
Oh, that's 2.8. That's
Yeah,
good
90
thing.
millimeters. Yeah, I mean it's good for portraits as well, but I think Willow got it. So
Exactly, Edward. Practice is key. So I mean, yeah, no matter what you get or what you do, where you start off here, like everyone has to start off. The people we look up to, or you might find inspiration from, they didn't start off in the way that we see them now. So whether you have like I said, we've kind of talked about tonight, whether you have an idea about something or something you want to do, like the best thing to do is just do it, practice it. Even fun story, right? Me and Yabu was just talking about how us shooting the podcast was something that was outside of both of our comfort zones when we first started shooting. And before we even started shooting before we even made an episode, what we did and took upon ourselves, because it was new to both of us and outside of our not only comfort zone, but just our area of knowledge of just shooting and doing a podcast. We recorded like test podcasts with it ourselves to just see how we felt about it, how we thought about it, and to just get a good little like template and groove. And so a lot of times, like Ibu was saying, you might shoot something early on, whether it be a video or a music video or whatever. Like, just do it for practice. The more you do it, you do it once, you'll realize it. Or do it once, you'll realize it. Do it a couple times, you'll actually realize if it's something you enjoy doing or not, or if whatever, it's something you want to pursue. But until you actually do it, like, you won't know. And so a lot of times we get caught up on I'm gonna come back to you. A lot of times we get caught up on resources and budget, but if it's something you want to do, if there's a will, there's a way. All right, so real quick before Edward jumps out, he said he enjoyed the podcast. He said he doesn't always get a chance to catch you guys. Oh, catch you. Oh, we appreciate you for sure, Edward, and I hope you. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and I hope you check you catch us again. We come on every Thursday, typically around 8:30, and yeah, we love to have you tune in with us and tap in for the Shot Callers podcast.
boom, boom, boom.
And
And
that's
back
the
and back to the podcast, bro, because there's so many tools out there. So when we finally figured out that we want to do this podcast, went to Canva, created the logo.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need these nice Sony cameras to shoot this podcast. We could actually hook up iPhones. iPhones wirelessly connect to your MacBook, and you can use that as a camera. You don't have to use a Rodecaster. You could just use some lav mics and connect into your computer. So you don't
And if you
need.
don't have mics too, iPhone mics pick up good too. I mean, cut you
Oh
off.
yeah, exactly. So there's no reason not. If you want to do a podcast, you want to do a YouTube channel. When you do anything with regards to content, just do it. There's not an excuse not to do it.
That's true. And I feel like because of the digital age that we work and live in, that like if we were trying to do this 10 years ago, it probably would have been a little bit more difficult.
Yeah,
But now everything is made to where it has good specs as far as video and quality, that you can really just use the tools that you have available to, if you want to create great things.
exactly. There's no excuse not to do anything. People come up to me and they'll have a plan like for a year and still don't do it. You just have to go out there and scare yourself, get outside your comfort zone, and just do it. Cause and this is every day. It's tough for me to get on here and get on this camera and say something because I don't do that because I'm a lot happier, a lot more comfortable being behind the camera, editing and directing and things of those nature. But I'm just forcing myself to be here. Calvo's great communicator. I love Calvo. That's why he kind of like runs this thing. Is in front of the camera, but
But I really don't be in front of the camera. I really don't be in front of the camera like that,
bro, you're an actor, bro. You got acting credits, so
But still, if you know, you know. Sometimes you just are. So I will. Let me see. Put it this way. I don't choose to be in front of the camera or in the spotlight, but because of the field that I'm in, it places you there. So like you have to, which puts you, starting out in uncomfortable situations, but you have to adapt to it, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. So that's basically what we're saying tonight is do it.
exactly. Never gonna.
Just do it.
I know you're never gonna accomplish your passion by not. Because I'm an introvert, bro. I don't like to go out to clubs. The only time you see me at the club is if I'm working with a camera. I don't like. I like to be at home with my family. Even though my wife says I'm always out working, but if I had all the money in the world, I'd just be at home, bro. I you know,
I be outside.
I know because you be dressing up, you be getting in the suits, you be looking dapper and everything. But I'd rather just be chilling at home, chilling at the park with my kids.
Also, when you said that earlier, just rewinding, uh, I get a lot of people too that, we are all working just to live at this point in time just because everything's so expensive or whatnot, right? But I get a lot of people who are. I have a lot of friends and people who are working like full time jobs, right? And they're like, you know what? Like I always had a passion to do this, but like I'm working, um, or I I don't have to, I'm working a full time job. I don't have a time. I admire you for taking the time to chase your passion because I am not in the position to do it, right?
Bro, you got a job. You got a day job.
I do have a day job.
Exactly.
I know.
Okay. Okay,
But
go
I'm
ahead.
just saying, like, to other people who say that, like if it's something you want to do, you know, if it's not where you can pull it on full time, like do it as a hobby, just still like if it's something you enjoy doing, do it.
Yeah, and there's so many ways to monetize your knowledge. If your knowledge about anything, being a mother, being a cook, anything that you do, anything in your profession that you're doing right
And there's an
now.
audience for everybody.
Yes, and they always say niche down. Always, find your tribe. That's what they're saying. Find your tribe. Find those 10, 50, 100 people that are dedicated and gonna watch your content, and you can monetize all of that. I just did a podcast uh, with this lady, and she started last year January, and she was doing makeup before, but then she started doing digital products and selling her knowledge. And then last year she made $250,000 from her digital product, just monetizing what she knew.
That's insane. I mean,
250,000, bro,
right.
1 year.
What am I doing? We
All
not
right.
doing it right. No, I'm
And
just
right now
playing.
she only puts out like 3 videos a week. But before when she's trying to get it, yeah, she was putting out 3 videos a day. But now that she's built her clientele and she's getting that passive income from digital products, but back to her, she was doing videos for YouTube for her makeup, and then the brand deals went away, so she pivoted digital projects. Now she makes the most money she's ever made,
Oh wow.
250K, bro, last year.
Lord, let it be.
So
Kudos. Give her some because that's just
yeah,
amazing. But still saying, with that, when you said 3 times a day, right? So depending on what you want to do, if it's something that you seriously want to take out, content creating, for sure, to my content creators, right? not only do you need to be consistent, but you also gotta like Yabui just said, in order to build her clientele up, you have to put in the work to go the extra mile, right? So the more you the harder you work, the more your reward will be, you know? And
Exactly.
so, because I get people also that have like ideas and they have idea, but they don't follow through with it, you know. And
Yeah,
I
everybody
mean, I
has
might be preaching
ideas.
to myself a little bit too with some of the stuff I got going on,
Everybody
but
got a movie.
yeah, you know, follow through, be consistent, do it, and it will be done. All right. Edward said, "I be in the cave, never leaving." It be like that. I wish I just. Sometimes I be in the house too, so I can't. I make plans, get dressed, and then I sit on the couch.
I just don't make plans. I just chill at the house.
But no, so yeah, we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Before we leave tonight, though, we will have our TED Talk. Also, Fantastic Four comes out tonight, and
What does?
it does. So I'm excited about seeing that.
Think it'd be better than Superman?
Probably so.
And that's Marvel, right?
hmm Um, you know, not no shade to any of the Superman people out there. It just was not my favorite movie. It was all right, you know.
Bro, but you rated it right there with Sinners.
I rated it lower than Sinners. I gave it a 7.8.
And he gave Sinners
And
an 8.
that was me being generous. I gave Sinners a 8. Sinners probably with the point, Sinners probably get like an 8.5.
Okay, but still, that's kind of close. Sinners was like, I think, the movie of the year. What you think?
So it
And what
was
it did
it
for
it was
theaters and box office,
it
it
was
really.
it was. So I'm not gonna sit here and take a on Sinners because Sinners was a great movie. I give it an 8.5. It could have been like a 9. And you know, it was actually a really good movie. Like it wasn't anything that I disliked about Sinners. I'm just a hard critic here. Um, and yeah, it just, you know, I have nothing to say bad about the movie. It was a great movie. Was it my favorite movie though of all time?
Not all
Was
time.
it
This year, I mean, there are
was it
better
my
movies.
favorite movie of this year? So I don't know if it was my favorite movie of this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, you know, I hate it happened to my guy, but Jonathan Majors and Magazine Dreams. I know nobody else, but one other person I know has watched this movie. Uh, that man just did. That man performance in that movie is just off the wall. Like it's out on like where you can rent it on Amazon Prime now. And I can't remember what other platform it's on, but Magazine Dreams with Jonathan Majors. That man had me like I was concerned for this
Wow.
man's well being because of the depth that he went to play in that role after I saw that movie. And so, was that movie the best movie of I've ever seen? No, but the man's acting was like top notch. Michael B. Jordan was like a close second to that acting, and
Yeah.
so yeah, you know, I don't know if I've seen a movie that's been a 10 this year. There's been some great movies. I'm glad cinema's back. I've been enjoying going to the movie theaters, but I haven't had that like totally shocking, like on edge wow factor that I'm looking for.
I got you. I got you. I understand.
And that's why I'm making the movie, so I can hopefully give y'all that.
Yes, that will happen. So when you gonna start shooting this Sweet Dreams?
I'm currently raising funds for Sweet Dreams, and you can feel free to make a donation in our GoFundMe by typing in Sweet Dreams Movie on GoFundMe. But no, hopefully, like I said, in this later this fall, you know, end of October is my goal. Uh, and I'm excited. If you all are listening and you want to be involved in any type of way, feel free to reach out to me. Definitely going to need a helping hand. This is a
Yeah, definitely some crew.
And
Help carry
casting. I
something.
got a lot of extras. I didn't realize I've been downplaying the movie like, oh, I only have like 5 people in the movie, right? Which it is like a lead and 4 supporting people. So that's true. But it's a lot of scenes that require extras. So even if you want to be like involved as an extra where you just kind of like play in the background, some people just don't necessarily want to say anything in the movie. They just want to be in the movie. I'm gonna be posting things on Force 3 Studios page coming up here soon. Looking for background extras and stuff in the upcoming weeks or so. Be sure to tap in on that because yeah, this is definitely a passion project. And I don't say passion as far as free, but passion as far as something that like in fact that I am really passionate about and it's personal. And so yeah, I'm very, ecstatic about hey, making it happen. And then, like it's my first feature director debut. So like it's like a reintroduction of who I am as a filmmaker and like I'm able to take everything that I've learned over the years while making short films and enhance it into like one big project. And so for that, me as a filmmaker and as a director, like that is something that I'm just like I'm excited about. Like nervous as hell, yeah,
I mean, you
but
should be excited,
I'm
bro. You're
I'm
so
excited.
talented, man.
It's like yeah, like I'm evolving, and that's what it's about. So yeah, y'all send me some love, send me some vibes, and we gonna make this happen. I'll keep y'all, of course, updated as we continue here on the Shot College podcast. So, Yabui, what's your final thought?
Well, you go first, bro. Let me go ahead and get mine put together.
So, when making the final thought, right, I am going to share this with you all. Starting doesn't mean being perfect, it means being present with your idea, your vision, and the tools you have right now. Every great filmmaker, content creator, videographer once stood exactly where you are, unsure, unequipped, and full of questions, but they pressed record anyway. The truth is, your voice matters. Your perspective is already valid. Don't wait until you have the right camera or the perfect script. Oh man, preaching to the choir here. Start messy, start small, but most importantly, start with intention. Our word from last week. Because the moment you start shooting with purpose, you're already there.
Okay, okay. All right, mine's real short here, but just like a camera finds focus through the lens, clarity in life comes when you frame your vision with purpose. Keep calling the shots because every story needs a bold director. You are that bold director, Calvo. Sweet dreams. Shooting
Sweet.
this fall.
Some dreams never die.
It's gonna be dope, bro.
Thanks. All right, but yep, y'all be sure to tune in. Take us with you on the go. Listen to and replay our previous episodes where we call the shots on everything. Man, that was a deep breath. Where we call the shots on everything here on the Shot Callers podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, y'all go follow our Instagram page under the Shot Callers podcast because we need some followers. Also, if you are watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, you can find the replays on YouTube under the Shot Callers podcast on your Bowie Media YouTube page, as well as give us a like and follow on our Facebook page under the Shot Callers podcast. And each week we like for you to tune in. If the conversation compels you and you want to join in with us, you can join us in the chat or you can click the link in each episode at the top and dial in and join the conversation live with us. But we are again grateful to be alive, grateful to have you here. And we look forward to talking with y'all and y'all being with us next week on the Shot Collars Podcast. I'm your boy Kalvo, and I'm out with my boy
Yabui.
Your boy, they waiting on who next.
We out.